You will fail. Good. That means you are still in the fight. Will you fall back or fall forward? We need you. I remember sitting by the phone, waiting for a call that never came. My hands were steady. My stomach was not. I had sent the tape. I had prayed. Silence answered. A week later I saw the part go to someone else. I smiled in public. I sank in private. You will fail. Good. That sentence felt like a bruise and a blessing. I wanted to be perfect. I did not want to be seen missing. Progress felt loud. Perfection felt safe. I let the shame breathe. If failure is certain, what am I really afraid of? I fought inside. Quiet at first, then louder. Safety pulled on me. My calling pulled harder. Perfection told me to hide. Progress told me to move. If you do not fail, you are not even trying. That line hit me like a bell. Edison tried around 1,000 times to light a room. Each try said not this. Try again. Reggie Jackson struck out more than anyone, and still sent balls into the seats. Denzel heard no on early stages, and still walked back in. Rejection versus resilience. Comfort versus courage. Plan versus purpose. Try. Miss. Learn. Try again. Fail again. Learn better. The rhythm shook my fear and made it dance. My legs still shook. My voice still cracked. I was seen missing, and I did not break. The fear stayed, but it could not sit in the driver's seat. So I kept showing up. The room hummed like a tired beehive. Fluorescent lights buzzed over a worn carpet. Numbers pinned to shirts. Mine was crooked. I kept fixing it. Breath fogged the cold hallway glass. A list hung outside a door with tape and hope. We leaned in. We pretended not to. I traced the names with my eyes. I looked for my own. It was not there. The hallway emptied fast. Laughter faded. The door closed with a soft, hard click. Footsteps echoed down the stairwell. Then nothing. My stomach dropped like an elevator with cut cables. I thought about vanishing. I thought about telling a story that made it sound fine. I walked to the end of the hall and touched a metal doorknob. It felt cold like the truth. A stagehand passed me and nodded once. Human. Small. Enough to keep me standing. I sat on the steps and listened to the buzz. A bus sighed outside. I took one deep breath that shook my ribs. This hurts, I said inside, but it is information, not a headline, a note. I did not feel brave. I felt awake. I looked back at the list from the bottom stair, and I stood there a little longer. I went home and wrote a truth I could carry. Failure is feedback. Failure is data. Failure is direction. I felt it settle like stone in my shoes. It made me walk different. Edison did not lose around 1,000 times. He learned what did not light the room. Reggie Jackson did not hide from the plate. The swings that missed shaped the swing that landed. Denzel did not stop at early rejections. Those doors were the ticket to the next room. So I picked a new score. Count attempts, not applause. Track reps, not reputation. List tries, not titles. I will walk through the doorway called no because it leads somewhere. I will not wait for perfect. I will choose progress. I will move when my knees knock. I will take the lesson, then take the next step. Some days I will crawl. Some days I will run. I will start again tomorrow. Imperfect, but in motion. I will breathe and begin again when I stumble. This is the choice that keeps me. I will be measured by my tries. Listen. Your gift is not only for you. Someone is waiting on the other side of your courage. Someone needs your first draft, your shaky voice, your small yes. Let us carry the same standard. If you do not fail, you are not even trying. Let that free you. Let it push you. Pick one thing today. Send the email. Post the draft. Apply. Make the ask. Press record. Ship version 1. Count attempts taken today. Write the number where you can see it. That is your measure. Not likes. Not claps. Not titles. Attempts. Each attempt will shape the next attempt. Clarity comes from contact. You will learn by touching the work, not by thinking about it. Do not wait for perfect. Move for purpose. We need what you have. We need it from you. Start now. Take one shot today, and the next one will not be blind. Picture a batting cage at dusk. The lights hum. The air cools. A bucket feeds ball after ball into the mouth of the machine. Swing. Miss. Thud into the net. Swing. Foul tip. Sting in the hands. Swing. Air and effort. Sweat gathers at the collar. Rubber marks scuff the ground. Most swings miss. One clean crack cuts through the evening. Echo. Not victory. Proof. The body is alive when it moves. The miss is movement. The swing is the sign, not the scoreboard. This is how we learn to see in the dark. Do not fall back into comfort. Fall forward so you can see what you hit. If you are going to fall, which way will you choose? I used to carry a safety net everywhere. A second resume in my bag. A draft email ready to quit. A just-in-case major that fit safe. I called it wisdom. It felt smart. It kept the lights low, but it kept me small. I felt momentum leak through tiny delays. A day here, a week there, a life in pause. I walked with a folded plan B in my pocket like a lucky coin. I never fully stepped. I hovered, I waited, I watched, and I wondered, was the thing that kept me safe the thing that caged me? The fight started in my chest, not on a stage. Maybe I should keep the backup. Maybe I should not. What if I look stupid? What if I waste years? What if they all see me miss? I told myself, if it does not work, I will go back. That sentence felt like a warm coat. It also felt like a rope. I heard the old line again, if you don't fail, you are not even trying. It hit different when I kept a bed made behind me. A fallback gave me the illusion of control. Risk gave me the only clear view. The net made me take smaller swings. I learned slower. I lived quieter. An invisible life, tidy and unseen. I wanted a louder lesson. I wanted truth to bruise me into shape. The storm calmed into resolve. I sat up and breathed. No more soft landings. No more hiding. The room was small and too bright. The lights hummed like bees. My mouth felt dry. A clock ticked in the corner. I held the sides of the pages like a raft. Empty seats stared through me. A table of faces waited, kind but bored. I had a safe read ready, polite, smooth, forgettable. My heel bounced, my chest knocked. Then a thought cut through the noise. Take the bigger swing. I lifted my eyes. I threw out the safe rhythm. I let the words scratch. I let my own story leak in. It was not clean. It was not neat. It was honest. When I finished, the silence stretched thin. One of them frowned. Another raised an eyebrow. Thank you, they said. That was all. In the hallway, the clock ticked louder. I walked toward the elevator and felt heat in my face. Then I heard the no. Clear, quick, kind. My stomach dropped, then steadied. I said it under my breath. I do not want to fall back on anything. I want to fall forward so I can see what I hit. On the train home, a small click happened inside me. I knew what felt false now. I knew where my voice lived. The next shot would be sharper. I opened the script again. I circled the lines that tasted like me. The phone sat silent in my bag. Then, hours later, it hummed once. I drew a line in my own sand. I opened the folder named Backup and pressed delete. I called the safe offer and said no thank you. I told a friend out loud so I could not crawl back. The words came out clear and new. I don't want to fall back on anything. So I set a date. 30 days. One visible attempt each week. Post it. Perform it. Ship it. Ask for notes and log them the same day. Fail in public. On purpose. And learn out loud. Forward when it is messy. Forward when it is quiet. Forward when it is public. Each swing must give me something I can see. Numbers. Faces. Notes. A bruise I can point to. That is how I will see what I hit. This is not victory. This is direction. I am choosing to be seen in process. To be judged while I grow. To trade polish for progress. I will build my courage the honest way. Scar by scar. Step by step. Fall forward. Measure the swing. You. Yes. You. You carry tools already. Time. Grit. Creativity. Patience. Courage. Craft. Influence. You may feel small, but you are loaded. Your forward fall is not just for you. It is for the ones watching from behind. It is for the kid who needs a road to follow. Use what you have, where you are, for who needs it. Move with purpose, not vanity. Call the person. Post the work. Submit the pitch. Audition for the thing that scares you. Trade certainty for growth today. Do it before the fear finds more words. Your step gives others a lane. Your risk widens the road. Your light makes room for more light. We need it from you, not later. Today, use what you have, where you are, for who needs it. Give us your forward step today, and watch what steps toward you. Picture a dim street, and a body leaning into wind. Not fighting it. Working with it. Each step a small fall the body chooses. The ground shows up only when the weight commits. Heel, toe, scuff, mark by mark, The road writes back. Falling forward lets you see what you hit. Each scrape on the pavement becomes a map. A line that says turn here. A bruise that says try again there. At the end of the stride, the hands open, palms up. Nothing hiding, just what was already there. Now that you have landed forward, what will you do with what you have? Picture a dim street and a body leaning into wind. Not fighting it, working with it. Each step a small fall the body chooses. The ground shows up only when the weight commits. Heel, toe, scuff, mark by mark, the road writes back. Falling forward lets you see what you hit. Each scrape on the pavement becomes a map. A line that says turn here. A bruise that says try again there. At the end of the stride, the hands open, palms up, nothing hiding, just what was already there. Now that you have landed forward, what will you do with what you have? I remember the night I did not call back. The phone lit my room. I watched it fade. I told myself tomorrow. I had money. I had time. I had patience, kindness, courage, craft. I kept them folded like clean shirts. Safe. Untouched. I thought I was being wise. Save it for later. But later kept moving. Someone could have used a ride, or rent, or a calm voice. I felt that thin guilt, the kind that sits quiet behind my ribs. They did not need perfect. They needed me there. I knew it. I still waited. What will you do with what you have? I told myself a story that kept me safe. I will give when I have more. I will help when I am ready. I will speak when it is perfect. I waited. I watched. I worried. I stacked days like boxes and called it planning. Truth. I was afraid. Afraid to fail in public. Afraid to be judged. Afraid to be not enough. Safety pulled one way. Calling pulled the other. Rejection shouted from yesterday. Resilience whispered from tomorrow. I stood between them and called it wisdom. It was fear with a tie on. Then it hit me. Withholding is also a choice. Inaction lands on someone else. A chair stays empty. A bill stays unpaid. A heart stays heavy. My delay has weight I cannot see. That is a cost too. I felt grit form in my teeth. I felt my back rise. No more waiting. No more hiding. Not with what I have been given. The grocery store was too bright. The kind of light that hums. Carts bumped. The scanner beeped like a metronome. I stood with milk and bread. A woman ahead of me counted crumpled bills with slow hands. 2 kids tugged at her sleeve. 1 strawberry rolled on the belt and bruised. The clerk said the total. Her card failed. Again. Her shoulders rose, then sank. I felt that old voice speak. Someone else will help. You do not have enough. I looked at my bank app before I looked at her eyes. I had enough for milk. I had enough for her gap too. I still hesitated. Heart loud. Face calm. Then I moved. I used money. Small but ready. I slid my card. I said, I can cover the rest. The clerk paused. The kids went quiet. The woman shook her head first, then nodded once. Thank you, she said. Not loud, just real. The beep started again. The line began to breathe. Her shoulders dropped. The smallest storm passed. I held the receipt like a tiny flag. I walked out into cool air that smelled like rain. I did not need more. I needed to give what I already had. I thought about all my saved for later days. I thought about how many small gaps wait. She looked back at me in the lot like she wanted to say more. She did not. We did not. We just knew. We need it from you. I have time and courage. Not endless. Enough. So I will use them this week. 1 hour a day to serve. 1 message of encouragement before noon. 1 introduction for someone else each week. Set aside a small sum for a first step. I will show up. I will give it. I will not wait for perfect. I will choose simple over grand. I will choose steady over loud. I know I will miss sometimes. I will misread a need. I will overgive. I will get it wrong. Someone will say no. Someone will not reply. I will learn loudly, not quietly. I will fall forward with what I carry. Every gift given is a step taken. Steps make a path under tired feet. I do not need the map to move. I need motion. I need a rule that holds when fear grows. Use what you have. Start small. Repeat more. I will write it on a card. I will put it by the door. I will see it before I leave. I will hear it when I stall. Use what you have. Start now. Repeat tomorrow. Now it is your turn. If you have money, bridge a gap for someone. If you have time, lend an hour. If you have patience, lend your calm. If you have courage, go first. If you have craft, build for someone else. If you have influence, open a door. We need it from you. We need it from you. Pick one gift and one act for this week. Say it out loud right now. Or write it down now. Tell one person so you cannot hide. Keep it simple. One bag of groceries. One call to a quiet friend. One small payment that gets them through. One ride to an interview. This is service, not a show. Impact over image. We will not wait for perfect. We will move with what we carry. We will fall forward together. The path will reveal as we walk. Your step matters more than your polish. Give it today, and watch who stands because you did. Picture a small flame in my palm. I cup it from the wind. The wind is fear. The flame is what I already carry. I tilt my hand. The light leans forward and catches another wick. Then another. Faces soften. The room begins to appear in lines and shapes. Not all at once. Square by square. The floor shows. A corner. A chair leg. A door frame. Each small gift shows the next step. That is enough to move. I keep my hand steady. I breathe. The light grows, and the hallway begins to glow. Then it turns. I cannot see the end. I do not need to. What if the light is meant to curve? So you keep walking. I admit it. I have been lost. Classes changed. Majors changed. Plans fell apart. I could not see the finish line. I remember a quiet room after a bad term. The door was closed. My report card sat in my hand like a stone. I sat on the edge of the bed and did not move. I left a classroom that was not mine and felt a sting. I told myself to be strong. I did not feel strong. The road was crooked. The map was blank. What if the wrong turns are trying to tell me where to go? Inside me there was a fight. Part of me wanted safe, a job that did not scare me, a path with clean lines. The other part said try. Try anyway. Try while you shake. The noise in my head was loud. What if I fail again? What will people say? Maybe I should stop. Maybe I should hide. I tried. Rejection. Silence. Another attempt. Rejection. Silence. Another attempt. The fear of failing in public burned my throat. Perfection held my hands tight. Progress asked for my hands back. I would start, then doubt, then delay, then start again. The rhythm was ugly, but it was a rhythm. I heard my own voice in the dark and I did not like it. Then I heard a softer one. Move. Try. Miss. Learn. Try again. The beat held. The breath came back. No map? Then I will move until a map appears. The shop was small and bright. Daylight hit the glass. Clippers buzzed like bees. Mirrors lined the wall. The air smelled like oil, powder, and heat. Men talked about games and rent. Laughter rose, then fell. I sat in the chair with hair on my shoulders and doubt in my chest. School was rough. I had switched paths and still felt wrong. I watched friends move ahead. I felt behind. The barber lifted my chin to trim my beard. Over the hum, I heard her. An older woman by the window. Silver hair, strong eyes. She looked through me. She said I would travel the world. She said I would speak to millions. She said doors would open if I kept moving. I wrote her words in a small notebook that night. I read them again in the morning. I did not wake up clear, but I took one small step. I signed up for an acting class. I went to an open audition and stood in a long line. A man said no, then another one said no. I called a friend to borrow a script and I studied. I missed a beat in one room and learnt the beat for the next room. A role fell through and I watched the actor who got it. I learnt what to fix. The failures did not stop me. They started to steer me. Each no moved my feet. Each miss sharpened my aim. Keep going, you will see. Here is what changed. I stopped reading detours as a warning. I started reading them as a sign. I decided to treat failure like a compass. If it bends, I learn. If it breaks, I build. If it is a no, I refine. Failure is the best way to figure out where you are going. I wrote that line on a card and kept it in my pocket. After every stumble I asked one thing. What did this teach me? Then I took one step forward. Make a call. Fix the beat. Sharpen the tool. Show up on time. Try again. I chose no backup. I chose forward. I chose to fall where I could see what I hit. I was not perfect. I still shook. I still heard the noise. But the rhythm changed. The fear did not drive. The lesson did. One move led to the next. One no led to a better yes. One closed door sent me to the right door. I would rather fail in motion than stand still in pride. I would rather learn out loud than pretend. This is not the finish line. This is the choice not to disappear. Forward is the only way I fall. Now I am talking to you. Your road is not straight. Good. Look at what the bends gave you. Time, patience, craft, grit, creativity, kindness, resources. These are not trophies. These are assignments. Someone needs what you carry. Someone is waiting on the other side of your persistence. We need it from you, your song, your code, your care, your hands. We need it from you. Pick one action today. Apply, ship, call, practice, share, tie it to one person. Serve a name, not a crowd. Bring bread to a neighbor. Send a message to a kid who doubts. Fix one thing that broke, then show up again tomorrow. Let small forward falls stack like bricks. Build a life that feeds more than you. We need it from you, not later, today. Do it scared, do it simple. Repeat, give what you have today, and watch where the road opens. Imagine a night road. No city glow, just a 2-lane curve and a humming engine. Your headlights reach maybe 50 feet. That is all you can see. The curve keeps you honest. It makes you slow. The guardrail hums when you stay close. The bumps are small, but you feel them in your hands. Each bend is guidance. Each rattle is a nudge. You only get more road by moving. You only see more by going. Then dawn comes. You look back from the hill. The line is crooked, but the trail is clear. You made it by inches. Choose the next 50 feet today. Where will your lights point today?